Today's lecture is about lifts and transfers. Today's lecture is going to be fun, entertaining. So let's get to it.
The portable lift, which is this. Like I said, I've never seen this machine until this morning.
Yes.
It doesn't matter though,
Yeah.
because it's absolutely self-explanatory. It only has the remote. You can give that to the patient if they're able to control it, but you can do it on yourself as well. You have the same buttons in the back as well. It only has two functions, really. This thing, the crossbar where you hook up the sling, goes up
And none of this film, because why are we be
and it goes down. That's the only two functions you need. And then this, so that you can get around a chair or underneath a bed if there's something underneath the bed, it opens. The legs, they open to make sure that you can get on your chair. And it closes. That's all there is. If you have if you have a ceiling lift, it's even more straightforward because the only function you will have is up and down. And can you please not talk? I almost can't talk. So for a ceiling lift, you only have up and down. No lateral ways of moving it because you have a bracket in the ceiling, and once the patient is hooked up to the sling, you're moving along that bracket, and the only thing you use is the up and down button. And they also have a remote that you can use, or the patient can use themselves if they can.
We have brakes in that, so.
Yes, so all of those portable lifts have brakes, right? So usually they have only two and they're in the back. So you take them off and then you can take them from one room to the next. If you have a patient fall and they can't get up on their own or with your help, you're coming with the portable lift. You put it over the patient and you use the portable lift to get the patient up off the floor if there's a fall.
It's actually Hoyle lift, right? Hoyle.
So it's called mechanical lift or Hoyer lift. I guess these slings are also called Hoyer slings. That's why it's called either Hoyer lift or mechanical. The technical term is mechanical lift. So you would put in, or you would see in the chart mechanical lift transfers. That's what you would chart.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like you said, assuming the patient fell down and you were being called to everyone to the patient up. How did this go down and pick the patient up?
It goes down quite low. Let's say the patient is on the floor, right? So you put it all like a bed to chair transfer. You put the sling underneath the patient, you hook up the hooks, which we'll show in a second how we do that, and then you lift the patient on the stretcher or on the chair. Whatever. So first step you want to get the patient ready, right? You need to put the sling underneath the patient. That's basically the same steps that we do or that we use when we change the square pad or the bed sheet or whatever it is. So you want to align that the head is covered or that the head is in the head portion and that the lower part is at least at hip height, right? How do you get a patient? This patient can mobilize in bed, so I'm just gonna instruct the patient of how to do it. Usually I roll up the sling about halfway. This is what I'm gonna put underneath the patient, right? So the bottom part, the part that's facing the bed, is this part. Can you roll towards your left, please? Okay, good. Also, you wanna protect your equipment from getting soiled, right? So usually instead of preparing the chair with a square pad, because you need to cover the sling as well, you're taking the square pad with you when you're transferring the patient.
Okay.
So it'll be already underneath the patient. So head is supposed to be in the sling, right? You roll it underneath the patient, you tug it in. Again, if the patient needs more help, right? We're turning we're doing the steps that we talked about when we were repositioning and turning the patient, right? But our patient is, bed mobility is okay, they just can't weight bear. That's why we need this thing. So, sorry, you okay? That was hair. Okay, so we align this thing. Good? You can turn. Turn towards me this time. Reach for the
And
way.
you do this.
Yeah, I'll do all.
No, I'm asking her. You can try.
Oh, so right, all you need to do now is you need to pull out this thing from the other side. Good. Turn on your back again.
You can see.
All right, slings underneath. Now, in this case, we only have 2 hooks on either side. Like I said, there are slings with 3 or 4. You need to, essentially, you need to attach all of the hooks. If you attach the hooks to that square bar like this, what's going to happen to the patient? Can you lift these ones up? Yeah, just like I do. Lift this one up like this.
Lift
Yeah,
the other
lift
side
one.
too.
So if you attach the hooks like this, what's going to happen to the patient? They're going to fall through they're going to fall through that hole, right?
Yeah.
So the legs of the, I'm going to call them legs. I'm not sure if that's the right term, but the extensions of the sling, they go underneath the legs and they cross. So this hook goes on the other side, on the opposite side, and this is the abdomen.
Oh my god. I always do this today.
And this hook goes on the other side. So now you have the legs crossed. Do that completely on your own. You don't need a second person. You can set up the chair wherever you want to. I'm gonna put it here. We have room, so I'll just put it here. I'm going to set up the chair over here. You can do all of that on your own, right?
Yeah.
You can bring the lift in and no, stay patient.
Hey.
No, I'm just shaking.
Yes.
Because I am kind of scared.
Okay.
So no.
I always do this patient is doing, but I'm doing myself.
So you can do that on your own. You don't need a second person. You put the brakes on before you attach the hooks. Don't do yet. Attaching the hooks with most of the slings. When you're going from supine or lying in the bed to the chair, you want to make sure that the person is already bent at the hips in the sling to make it easier for you to put them in the chair, especially if you don't have a chair that doesn't recline. So like this chair, if the patient is lying down or like lying in the sling, it'll be hard to position them sitting upright. But if they're in the sling already bent, it'll be easier to position them in the chair, right?
Yeah.
The way you do that is, for the bottom part, you usually use the longest hooks. You hook them up.
You can't help.
Hey.
No, upper extremities are good. Maybe the patient can help. If the
Yeah,
patient can
no
help,
way,
I let them hook it up.
Yeah.
I won't let you do it because
And
I
one
don't
thing
trust
to
you.
mention,
I
patient is
don't know.
very scared.
I don't know you yet.
Yeah.
But I let the patient control up and down.
Yes, I do that.
It gives them control. It gives them independence, right?
The patient
Okay.
needs to be
I
quiet.
can do that.
Hey, we are trying to learn something. Then you're always
So
talking.
it's the first time that I work with you. I don't
Trust me.
I don't
Yeah.
trust you yet, so
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. For today, I'm going to do it, but next day, I'm going to let you do it. So bottom parts are usually hooked up with the longest hooks, and then in order to get the patient into kind of a sitting position, you want to use the shortest ones for the top. Okay, if you can't reach it,
Yeah, head.
you gotta move this over a little bit, if that works. Okay, good. This is as far over as it goes. Oh. Put it a little bit lower.
Yes.
Okay, no, not you. You cross your arms, please. Cross your arms, okay? So you put it as low as you have to reach for the shortest. No, don't.